Go, ladies and gents. Three bands straight away for both. Oh, wait.
Same.
Same
Okay.
side. EDG
Same side.
prefers to be on the blue side. Why fix what's not broken? As they say. Camille has been banned away. Okay, all right. At least that's something different. Now EDG goes for the Gragas special, leaving Galio to the side of FPX.
Almost same bands as well. So, give it a Senna, take it away. Well, Ziggs is open here for FPX. Maybe they can go with that and the Galio as well, unless they want to pick up something like a Jace here for Sky or Jang Ji. But that would be the safe. This would be the safer route. Pick up the Galio, maybe the Ziggs as well, so that at least you have protection and you have the AoE damage for the mage.
And there is also a potential for them to go for the locks as well. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm
Very
still not a
CN
fan of Varus. There is a game in where I would say Varus should be prioritized second pick, but I'm not convinced yet, Yang. I feel there's a lot of other options. I feel that Ziggs has been very big for EDG, and they could go for the Gragas Ziggs combo right away.
Yeah, this is something that I have been quite surprised watching the CN Conference games. They just really like picking up the Varus as well. It's kind of like very similar to Ziggs and the Lux and even the Morgana. They like picking up those champions too, and it does work for them at most of the times, and it does make sense a little bit for me. The only thing I see here in terms of perks would be having still the pokes, the clear, but the primary thing would be the chain of corruption. I think that's the most important thing that FPX is wanting to get right now, especially with the lineup that EDG is building.
Did you know that Chain of Corruption is one of the most missed ultimate of all time? That's a random trivia, but that I feel is true. Whenever I play Varus, oftentimes my Chains of Corruption goes wide. And I think even you would have the same sentiment, right? Like oftentimes
It's so hard.
this Varus, even in pro games, they don't connect as much as they want to. I'm just saying. But yeah, these are pro players, but that's a random trivia for everyone. Do not quote me on it because I just snatched it away from other analysts as well. But now we continue the banning phase. Olaf has been banned. The Akali has been banned. And I'm looking at EDG and does feel that Ziggs is still left open. Not anymore. FPX decides to take it away. Finally.
Hopefully, a Sky picks up the Z though again. We do see much better strength, maybe a much better synergy as well with the other champions they are going to be using. Because the first two picks I'm really liking. It's similar to the Karma Gragas that they had earlier. It provided so much stability in their lineup and room as well for them to make the plays across the map. And since they have the Z and the Galio, the follow-up would be better compared to a while ago wherein Chao had to really lean in forward alongside with the other members of FPX just to gain just to have a chance to follow through all those initiations. Ribbon would be nice, additional execution damage as well, and might as well just lock it off here for FPX.
They're missing a lot of AP damage though. Look, what would be your last pick here, Gwen? Because I feel like
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
There's the build actually on the Zed that I really like seeing in the CN Conference. Though it turned into
AP1?
a loss, the AP one, it's really entertaining because it's I mean, you don't really have that much auto attack damage, but when you cast in your
I think
skills,
it's EDG that's playing. It's alone that plays the AP Zeri. So luckily for us, it's not going to be locked in here, at least in game number 2. Our RGs are safe. And they would go for a more conventional approach and go for the Corki. Again, for FPX, where would be their AP damage? That one marksman that complements well this Varus?
so none.
Okay, well, Galio is still an AP champion, yeah, yada yada yada, but it's not going to be the same as the Galio paired with the Senna. He won't have access to, those AP damage items because he has to go tank. So looking at the lineup right now, EDG, again, to me, does have the better draft.
Yeah, EDG definitely. I'm also loving their lineup here. The way they have designed this so far has been very, very good for early game and also late game. And if they just play this around safely and try to avoid Sky and Jiangji and prevent Fado as well from scaling up or getting some sort of kills, just like in game number 1, then it would be a similar game again, since we have seen the discipline already of EDG and how they actually avoid those ganks coming in from Jiangji, from Chao, and from Sky. Negating those pressure just puts a lot more benefit towards their intended strategy in this game.
FPX has a lot to prove here, Giyang, because they need to extend this series, right? Like, one more loss means that EDG would be getting the 1-0 up against the proud team of FPX. We have to remember that FPX is one of the teams that really cemented themselves as the best teams in Wild Rift. During WRL Season 1, they were the first placer. During the last Icons Global, they were the 3rd to 4th placer. So on paper, history-wise, I would say that FPX does possess the better record, but at least in this series, EDG has the leg up.
Interestingly enough as well, Sky and Fado wants to redeem their performance earlier in game number 1. It's going to be quite, similarly difficult for Sky given the Jace matchup, similar to how Camille matchup was as well. The bullying will be there, and Yo, being such a talented player here of EDG, is just going to continue to pummel down this mid.
I like it when it happens. Oh, by the way, this is one of the cuter skins of the Galio. That's the Birdie Galio. And skins aside, though, the trading chicken Galio. Yeah. The trading between the Jace and the Zed, it's so satisfying to watch whenever the Jace is able to maximize his kit. That's one of the reasons why you draft the Jace for early game dominance.
For the battle again as well, but this time Jiangji is gonna be joining them. They have to be very careful. That's a flash in, and Jiangji as well wants to get a kill. Immediately FPX realized their mistake, but they're still able to escape at least.
Yeah, that's a very aggressive play coming from the Wukong. I don't know if there was any threat of ATL at all, because it's a pre-level 5 Wukong that doesn't really have Cyclone available to him. Yeah, the burst is there, but Chengdu 7 still, that flash in did at least net a flash in return, so no harm whatsoever at all for the side of EDG and FPX. Meanwhile, Jiangji showing himself here in the bot lane, which means that EDG has enough information to go for lane aggression.
Especially that now Jiang kinda needs a bit of help here in the top lane, given that Chao is here and Fado is just poking him a lot of times. But they actually commit in here, even the flash body slam, just to force a flash there by Chao. But it was a good attempt, but we're just seeing them, just sizing up each other in the first few minutes. Similar to game number 1. The FPX, again, will have the same pressure. Oh, nice timing on the counter-strike.
Yep. Always effective. You don't have to press anything. You just wait for the counter-strike to expire, and it should give you the advantage. Hudia trying to go all in on Fado. But again, this 2v2 in the Baron lane is going to be a stalemate. I don't think there will be any kill potential at all, unless there would be a third player. And it does look like that Jiangji is on his way on the top side. He will be detected by the ward, and so he has to be he's forced to clear that away.
Sky as well was lingering towards top side river, but there is vision set up by EDG, so they are fully aware on what's going on, and that's the thing. Those movements or those strategies just makes it more efficient to get those farm going for themselves, and they won't really need to go towards top side anymore just because of it. As the game progresses as well, it's going to be very similar to game number 1, wherein FPX, the Zed will fall off eventually, and it's going to be very difficult for him actually to have a target here. Maybe alone, but later on he's going to be having that Zonius as well.
And we all know how Alone played game number 1. Doesn't really care about stasis. Went for it, 4th item buy. Oh, grand challenge.
Oh, yeah, Zhang Ji is here as well.
Ooh, he's
They
waiting,
want to
he's
get
waiting.
onto
Oh.
Xiao Zhang the flash. Ooh. He wants to stay safe. He's looking for or calling for reinforcements.
Yep.
I know he's here, but yeah, FPX already fell back.
I feel that Zhang Ji could have waited at least 1 more second in order for Zhang to be more closer to the honey fruit, because that was what he was waiting for, right? Like he wants Xiao Zhang to collect the honey fruit and then he will go all in. But then again, just small plays that I feel that FPX would revisit after this game and would say, hey, we could have gotten the kill at this point, right? And in this low kill matchups, every kill counts, every kill matters.
And it's just has been a really steady, slow, but we have seen them checking onto each other for the past 5 minutes. This time with objective spawn, it is imminent that a fight will occur, especially as both of these teams want to get this Infernal Drake, best possible Drake to start up this game actually. And FPX, this is where we will see a possible potential of how the virus could have an impact in this fight. Did this champion become a good pick? Upside, Xiao Zhang. Oh, wow!
God, that was
Wow,
fast. Hello.
That is surreal.
That was the best display of Fiora's ultimate skill kit ever made. As we see Chao going in.
But they're not done.
Uh-huh.
That's the chain of corruption, not doing that much.
Sky though.
Xiao
Look at
is
Sky.
very low.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it goes to the flank. Oh, that's so good. This time, FPX is doing the work, but here comes Sue. Going in as well. That mark gonna be used to try and avoid that hammer strike. And they are able to escape. But, a while ago, it's just so beautiful with the Fiora of Fado. That is a play that we basically see on social media.
Yeah, of course, like TikTok, right? Like you have to share it on social media whenever you do that set of play. But again, this is what we are trying to look from, or this is what we were waiting for from a FPX. Zed coming from angles in where he's undetected, going for flanks, assassinating primary targets, and this was what was missing during game number 1. FPX, though, showing signs of life. Oh,
let's see, though,
my
if this time Xiao
God.
Zhang can win. Oh, well, Fan was just so clean this time.
Uh-huh.
And, well, another fight gonna be breaking out. Galio is solo. One more auto attack will just do the trick. And EDG, they're the ones throwing the punches, getting 2 kills. And FPX, they weren't ready this time around.
Yep. The Galio, the Riven is dead. And so EDG does return the favor of getting 2 kills. Counter-Strike. I think 1 more hit is enough.
Just,
That's it.
it's there. Oh my goodness. Fado, a beast on this Fiora.
You know what? I won't say this is the Jax curse whatsoever. It's just the Fado diff, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's different from it's different from what we've seen earlier in where Jax wasn't really able to impact the game in clashes. This time it's just the laning phase from Fado that's really the difference maker, at least in this game. And the 0-2 start for the Jax is so bad that I feel
It's so bad.
I feel that this laning phase is already over for Xiao Zhang.
Maybe a little bit. It's the Jax itself, because a while ago, Xiao Zhang had a better performance using the Riven against the Fiora. But, I mean, it's the risk they're willing to take right now with the Jax. The late game scaling, laning phase just so difficult, especially with Fado doing magnificent work in the top lane. That's a flash, I believe that I've heard.
Another one.
But around number 3 here in top lane. This time, Julia is here. No 1 versus 1 anymore. Chow as well will be joining. Nice steal by Jiangji actually on the Rift Herald, and they continue to pummel down. Shengdo will fall down. Fado is still alive, chasing down Yu, and there's nothing that you can actually do. FPX, now this time around, will be getting the upper hand.
Fado, all Fado, ladies and gents. Again, getting that grand challenge over to the Jax and dissecting the fight even before it began. FPX showing that they are the team to beat in this matchup and is now well on their way to dominate the next few minutes of the game as we look into the replay again. Fado, my man, Hudia tried to help out with the grand challenge, and also the dancing shoes negating that explosive task was huge for FPX. Again, Jiangji being there as well. It just means that EDG has no chance in this team fight.
Yeah. Also, a really good use of the wind slash from Jiangji. You know, allowing them to secure that Rift Herald for himself, and basically have been used as well to damage just mid lane tier 1 tower. And we do see them now getting the gold lead that they have been longing for ever since the game number 1. I think their adjustments has been primarily targeted on having still the assassin lineup here for, well, at least for Sky, but the supporting champions have been on point this time around.
Like Chow has a better performance overall, right? Comparing his Galio performance to his Gragas performance, Shingo.
Wow. Immediately cast the Cyclone. 813 now struggling, but still able to back away, especially with the help of Chow. That will be ended in a flash, but Jiangji might want some more, as Fado is also wanting more. I mean, there's nothing that Xiao Jiang can actually do. Hudea wants to help out. It's a 2 versus 3, but suddenly here comes Xiao in the midst of it all. Alone is here, but I don't think they can actually win this. They're fighting for the blue buff, but FPX is actually having much more aggression. Yu is here on the flank, goes with Hammer Strike, almost getting a kill onto Fado.
Okay.
Chain of Corruption. Oh, Xiao Jiang goes in with a flash, finally gets the revenge kill onto the Fiora. And now FPX has overstepped their boundaries, overextended, and that's so many casualties that happen in just a flash.
And a big swing for EDG, an overextension by FPX. There's no reason for them to be there at that point. You being there at the right place at the right time, going for the accelerated shock blast, really decimated the health bars of FPX. And in just one team fight, the fight has swung back in the favor of EDG. Let's look back as to what really happened there. This is the overextension that we are talking about, right? Overstay. In fact, Jiangji going in. There's no reason for him to go in. Greeting out the blue buff. Why though? Like, why? Why?
Oh.
Right? Like that's the thing.
No reason.
And Xiao Zhang again. By the way, lost in all that, the miss on the chains of corruption. I did say that, you know, it's the most missed skill shouts of all.
And we're seeing it as well.
Yep.
Oh no. Round number 3 though, as they fight once again. Hero's Entrance actually landing onto 2. And Jiangji doing the work, but here we see Xiao Jiang starting to pop off, getting another kill. This time around onto the Fiora. Ragaso gets blown up there. They have to pay due respect this time. Sky is actually looking for more? Well,
yeah,
he has the shadow.
Deny easily by the Wukong's presence, right? By Shingdo being there. But look at the dragon count here, Kiyoung. We all know the 3 dragon win. What?
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's
goes it! No!
Okay, it's a 1 for 1.
1 for 1. Okay. A big shutdown as well. Towards Alone.
Yep.
And that is a worthy kill by Sky.
It's those are the exchanges in where I thought it was an outplay, but at the end of the day, it was an outplay for both sides. And EDG still comes out on top by getting another tower for themselves here in the bot lane. I thought for a second that FPX found their groove, but with one botched team fight in the blue quadrant of EDG, things are looking grim for them once again. 2 dragons on the side of EDG, good scaling as well, with the Corki being on their side, and the Jax as well. My god, like FPX, not really the best showing so far.
We saw them getting some wins already earlier, but I guess that caused them to be a little overzealous, overextending, overstaying as well, and EDG just had the better angle at those times just because of that overextension. Now it's another nightmare for Zhang.
It's harder
nice,
now.
Use off the wall.
Oh, but Zhang Ji.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Ultimate already expired, but the counter-strike should be available now. You? Oh.
Yeah, 3 versus 2 as well. Make it a 2v2 since Fado is taking a bit of time.
Here's
and here comes the rest of EDG as well. There's Entrance gonna be creating some space, but this time it's going to be so complicated. It's deja vu for FPX. They overextended again, and this time they're losing more members. And EDG, they're just happy to punish them out.
That's 4 people dead for the side of FPX. And again, this is why I'm not a fan of Varus. Varus does not have any mobility spell at all. Chengdo going to die to Sky, but that's, the exit kill. That's consolation prize. As we look into the replay, Xiao Zhang saw A13, and there is no reason for Xiao Zhang not to go all in with a counter-strike available. Stasis being popped, flash towards where A13 had nowhere to go, and that's already, what, a huge amount of damage from FPX gone in an instant. EDG just wiped the floor in this team fight.
Mixed intentions as well, because Fado wanted to take the tower down first, and it was actually zoned away since there was no wave connecting to the tower just yet. So those minor mistakes just became a big blunder for FPX in general. And well, Xiao Zhang 1v1 against Sky, not gonna be having a bad time anymore. But here comes Chao and Zhang Ji.
Teleport.
Well, they really want to take down Xiao Zhang. They really want to, but they're just causing a lot of problems more onto these fights. And well, they will be able to back away alive this time, but still that is a lot of effort just to try and take down the Jax.
You know what, Giyang? I feel there's a change of wind in this game, right? Like earlier, pre 5 minutes, everything was quiet, but after the team fight in the blue quadrant of EDG, everything went more aggressive. Looks like we have another fight.
Yeah, Shield of Dawn gonna be missing, but Chain Corruption will connect this time around, and boom! Let's go! The piercing arrow definitely pierced through the heart of the Wukong. Gets a second kill as well. And FPX, this time they punish the overstay of EDG. But, I mean, they have a lot of resources already, so, I mean, they're just okay.
What's with blue buffs this game? Like, overly contested, over prioritized by both the squads. And look here, FPX again. The blue buff to them is like a win condition that, to the level of the dragons or the barons. Yeah, like EDG. Oh, wait. This is scary for EDG, for FPX.
They're gonna be spotted out alone, and you are here. Actually jumps in. Well, the Jace gets blown up. Here comes the teleport from the Jax, but they already have taken the Barons, and they're now split up. Here comes Hudia as well, going in. Hero's Entrance, big defense, and Hudia falls down. Xiao Zhang now is all alone, and there's absolutely nothing they can do. Big call by FPX.
And the big win as well now, Xingdo cannot do anything. Yes, he could contest this dragon, but Fado is on his way to take down the base of EDG in one big swing. Even the Corki is going to die alone.
Oh
no way! Home alone. My guy is going to die here. Should die. All right.
Chain of Corruption did not connect, but this time FPX. Oh my god! What just happened there? EDG is being so messy at this late game, and FPX. Oh, okay.
Wait,
Shang Dao
wait.
will get. Oh, okay. Can he actually get a double? Will he
No!
get a double? He does get it with the help of you. And this game is still alive. Okay.
The game is not over. Udia alive, you alive as well. And so now EDG should calm their nerves and go for the third dragon win condition. We all know that 3 dragons really boosts your win rate by a lot. I know that the inhibitor tower on the top lane is already down, but EDG on their way to secure the third dragon.
Dangji is here. He's waiting for an opportunity to strike. Over just by
Was
the
he
blast
detected?
cone, but he
Oh,
would
there you
actually-
go.
There you go. They will funnel onto him now. Here comes the hero's entrance, but the other members are actually too far away, so they have to stall out. Chain of Corruption is going to be thrown out. Try and stall it in, but the Riven will still die. A13 doesn't have a flash anymore.
One more?
Nice
Okay,
body
done.
slam, and they will get the kill. Ocean Drake as well was taken by ED. Such a messy fight. Sky now joining in the mix. I think that will just be able to survive, but FPX, it was just such a scattered fight for them.
You know what this game is? It's a game of throws.
Game is
Both of them have the firm hold of the win, but in one overstay, in one overcommitment, it just changes the tides of the game overall. Shengdo and you wisely checks out the bush here, and was able to find the integral target at the primary target. That's the jungler down. Zhang Ji being down means there's no smite contest at all. And Xiao Zhang, again, this is still the late game Jax that we're talking about. We may be memeing around the Jax curse and whatnot, but come late game, Jax is still very scary.
It's still a deadly champion, especially in a 1v1 sense. FPX, EDG, they have been making a lot of mistakes on and on again all throughout the game, but this time it will only cost you, I mean, it will only take one mistake, one big mistake for the game to end, because Elder Dragon is up this time. We're at the 20-minute mark. Baron is also going to be available in the next 10 seconds, and they should be a lot more, stable now in a sense.
They're planning a 2v1 special. Look at Fado. He wants to go in. They want to
It's
finish
also
this game.
there.
Oh, denied!
Oh no. They thought it was going to be a 2 versus 1, but you was actually sitting there in the mid-tier, mid-inhibitor tower. And with long death time, it's 40 seconds. This
Yep.
gives EDG a chance.
They set up the perfect trap available for EDG to boost their win condition. It looks like on the top side, Fado would die soon as well to the hands of you.
Oh.
You die, Fado.
Oh no. And now it's up to Janji. They actually commit onto the fight here. 3 versus 3. Chain of Corruption doing a lot of work, but that leaves A13 very vulnerable. Goes into the stasis, flashes away. Sheng Dao though will chase him down, and a shock blast will finish up the kill. Who they just now will be chasing out this Riven. Zhang Ji cannot escape at all. With 4 people dead, that's free Elder Drake for EDG.
I can now safely say that EDG got this game. 4 dragons to their name. It should be an easy march down to mid lane. Or maybe I'm cursing them. We don't know. But chances are, with this amount of objectives to your side, you should get the game.
And this is the thing, that this is a Jax game. We have been seeing a lot of, stats being broken out in all of the games we are seeing, especially in today's schedule. But ADG, okay, this is their chance. This is their chance to get this double objective, double buffs. And this should solidify their chances in securing this game. No more mistakes, no more throws. FPX is in the back end right now. And EDG, they should be trying to finally nail the coffin here.
I have to say this, it takes a lot of talent to throw this big of a lead. And I just hope that EDG does not show us that. Because EDG is well on their way to just march down the mid lane. Maybe even go for a 1-3-1 split. It doesn't matter. You have 2 big objectives on your side. You have to be careful. But remember, you still have the Guardian Angel. So it's going to be a lot harder for FPX to penetrate through the defenses of EDG. Look at the Jax. The Jax is marching down the bot lane.
They want the full strat here. 2-1-2. And the full split push as well. But Hudia is getting caught. Tries to go stasis. Jiangji and Fado committing onto the kill. But managed to stall things out. But this time it's a disaster for EDG. Here comes alone though. And Shendo, while all that's happening, Xiaojiang is split pushing into the bottom lane. Big Dragon, they have the buff. And it's so hard to just win against that. Xiaojiang will be committing on the push. We will see a 2-0 and the first victory with a Jax.
Bunkman finishes the game. And EDG gets the 2-0 against FPX. What a showing by EDG. It feels to me that, that there's a big gap in terms of skills by both the squads. But on game number 2, I think that story was who would throw more. It does feel like the FPX, at least in game number 2, threw harder than EDG.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. It's so confusing to see what happened there, but we can't help but feel happy as well by EDG. At least they managed to finally stabilize themselves a bit in that late game after securing the 2 kills onto Fado and Sky. Elder Dragon secured, Baron secured, and just one final fight to conclude